Hey guys, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, February 23rd, 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. So let me go and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started with our analysis for the day. So, all right, looks good. Everything will set up right here, and then I will send out the link for the Zoom shortly. All right, looks good. Let me get this link sent out right now. All right. There we go. All right, cool. Everything looks good to go. Good morning, everybody. I'll give it a few minutes and let people make their way in. 6:23 right now, so market's going to open in about 7 minutes. Let's start off by drawing my liquidity areas here real quick. So we do have a ton of liquidity on the bottom side, which will likely get triggered this morning. I think sentiment's like 60% long, so probably expect this to come down pretty heavy. Yeah, there's a ton of liquidity right here. All right. All right, guys, looks good. Right there. Good morning, everybody. Looks like half people here right now. So let's see. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Ruin. Morning, Maria. Morning, Brenda. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Matt. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Barack. Morning, Swelly. Morning, Orain. Morning, everybody. So, morning, Mauricio. Looking over at the chart right now, there's a ton of liquidity on the bottom side. So I definitely do think price is going to be coming down. Looking over at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 60% long, 40% short. So majority of traders are on the long side right now. This is a different, this is basically the same thing that we use for IG. It's just a little more detailed. So I'm going to have this right here so that's easier for you guys to understand, because sometimes people will wonder, like, why are we taking longs? And it's because we're doing the opposite of what majority of people are doing. So right now, 60% long, 40% short. We're definitely going to be doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So we're definitely looking for sells today. As you can see from the liquidity areas over here, you can see there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom side. Looking over at fundamentals right now, fundamentals are currently very bullish. So they're not correlating right now. We would want this to be bearish so that it can line up with the sentiment, but currently right now it's not a correlating bias. So currently we have to wait until the market opens. We definitely want these to be lined up together before we start taking trades in that direction. So even though it is bullish right now, this can easily turn bearish on market open in the next 4 minutes. It's 6:26 right now, so the market is going to open in about 4 minutes, which is enough time for it to swing back down, especially with all of the liquidity right here. If price does hit this liquidity, it's probably going to drop pretty heavy to the downside because there's a lot of area down here that needs to get tested. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else right here. AJ, morning. Morning, Steve. Yeah, no, I agree, Rick. It does help a lot more with identifying the details to sentiment and how the market's moving. So we can use that. Hey, Rashida, morning. Morning, Dijon. All right, guys. So it's 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. Let me just mark up the liquidity right here as well on the clean chart. There. I'll make sure everything is marked up before we go live. Or I mean, we are live, but before the market goes live. All right. Yeah, so it's a ton of liquidity right here on the bottom side. All right, 6:28 right now. Market's going to open in about 2 minutes. I'm going to mark up a few other things like opening price, which is going to be right here, 6:30. Also, 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Other than that, I don't think there's any news today. Let me refresh the market right now. I mean, aside from that Ukraine, Russia stuff, there's not anything going on this morning. So I think we should be good with that stuff. Refreshing the pre-market right now. So currently right now for pre-market, you can see that all of the indices are actually bullish. So everything's pretty much bullish right now, but I don't expect it to stay bullish for too long. It's probably going to come swing right back down on market open. I don't think there's really much here. Mortgage applications dropped to the lowest level in 2 years, in over 2 years. Yeah, man, the mortgage market's crazy right now. I saw my buddies in mortgage this weekend. It's been slow for them, slow for everybody. All right, but other than that, all the indices here are currently bullish. Dow is up 245 points. S&P is up 35 points. Nasdaq's up 160 points. Oil is currently down. 10-year bond is up. So market is going to open shortly in about 30 seconds, guys. So in about 30 seconds, we'll confirm to see where fundamentals are currently sitting. Once we have that, we can kind of decide where we're going to be trading. However, I do look to be trading for a sell today. We just need the fundamentals to confirm that bias. You can see right here, it's now hitting liquidity. You can probably expect a fake out to the top and then a drop right back down, but we'll see how that plays out. And morning, Jennifer, morning, Dave, morning, everybody. All right, guys, so the market is going to open right about now. Morning, Miles. All right, guys, here goes that spike down that we were looking for. Steven, if you're looking for the breakout, this needs to be a strong red candle. However, if it's too big, you might want to wait for it to retrace up. And you can see right here, it is now retracing pretty hard. You just want to make sure that this candle here closes with little to no wick on the bottom side and with that sell signal. If it doesn't close with the sell signal and it's not a strong red candle, it's not going to be the breakout. You got about 30 seconds left on this candle right here. All right, you got 20 seconds. See how far it drops. Let's refresh the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are currently 200 points in the green. This doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay there. So we will come back to that shortly. But it is bullish right now. So I'd be very careful taking these sells. So here's the, this is technically the breakout right here, Steven. But it's a really big candle. So I don't know if I would hop into it. Let me see if the sessions, also there's a sessions that's right here. So I personally would not take it. There's an Asia high right here, really close by. So I'll mark it up for you right here so that you can see where the breakout is supposed to be. But as I just said, this is a really risky trade because it's going to have to pass through the sessions. The sessions is right here. So you can probably expect price to come down and possibly reject off this point. It might break through it and continue dropping, but you can see right there, big wick on that specific candle right at the sessions. So you can see how important these sessions are. Price came down exactly to the sessions and bounced right off it. This is why I wouldn't want to take a trade there because it's super risky. And there you go, as price swings all the way back up. Let me just mark up or remove these liquidity lines right there. One thing I'm going to draw here is going to be opening price. So market open right here at 630. This was opening price right there. So you guys want to be a bit careful with this move here. So Steven, this is a breakout, but as I mentioned, it is pretty risky because it's bouncing right off the Asia high right here, this purple line. It is hitting liquidity a second time, so it might drop even heavier, but it's just too risky. I wouldn't want to take the trade here. If it breaks below and closes below the sessions, then possibly I'd want to enter for a later entry. But yeah, see, check that out. It's swinging all the way up. Rick said, I jump in with you, Steven. The water is warm. Rick said, I'm either going to make 300 or pass my challenge day one. Yeah, no, I hope it comes down, guys. I do think it's going to come down. It's just risky because of the red flags right here with regarding the Asia high. So you can see price range, it literally respected the Asia high right here. You can see the purple line, double rejection right there, and a push to the upside. So I do think it's going to come down eventually. It's just, you know, you're going to see some of this manipulation right here and see where price is rejecting from again right here, opening price. So I mean, you guys could say it's not important to look at these price points, but I think it's really important because you can see exactly where it's waking off. See the blue line there? I drew that earlier. That's the opening price. The price right here where rejected off was the previous session low or previous session high for Asia. So these price points are very important. You can see exactly where it's bouncing off from. I don't just draw these lines for no reason. They're actually pretty important. So let's see what happens here. And just a reminder, guys, we're not in this position. This is technically the breakout, but there was too many red flags here with regard to mainly the Asia high right here. So hopefully you moved your stop loss in profit when price swung down, Steven. Or if you're still holding on to it, that's fine. You can see price is now coming back down. This just isn't the type of choppy market that I want to be trading in. Nice. Rick made 330 off that trade. So yeah, I know it's not a straight push like it was yesterday, Rick. Yesterday was a pretty strong push to the downside. This is a V3 right here, guys, but the fundamentals have not confirmed a bearish confirmation. So I'm not looking to take any trades right now yet until the fundamentals have confirmed. So there is a V3 there, guys, but I'm not going to be taking it. Just FYI, if you guys are thinking about taking it right there. Jonathan said I made 142, but it was stressful. Exactly. Yeah, it's just a risky area to be trading right now. So just a reminder, guys, this is a V3, but I'm not going to be taking it because the fundamentals have not confirmed the bearish bias yet. Even though we do think it's going to come down, it hasn't confirmed it. Also, the stop loss is too close. It's only 230 pips away. It'll probably hit TP, which looks like it's going to right there. There you go. Full TP off of the V3 for whoever caught it. But it's just too tight of a move. And there you go, as price starts to drop lower. If it closes below the sessions right there, then I will probably catch the last move of it. So I'm going to be waiting for it to drop a little more and confirm below the sessions. And then maybe I'll hop in for maybe the last 100 pips right here, something like that. It's going to catch the last end of it. But you can see right there, price is attempting to break and close below the sessions again right there. So let's see. Got in and then I got out. Yes, can't make 1,000 off that. So I just got the last little push right there. Like I said, so I said if it closed, which it was going to close anyway. So when it pushed below here, I just catch the last. I caught the last little push to the end. I only made 790, some stupid slippage off that, but whatever. Slippage and then probably spread. But yeah, so this is exactly what I was waiting for, guys. So you know how I was telling you, if you guys don't want to be stressed out, just wait for it to close below the sessions. It'll come down. So all of the entries right here did hit. The V3 hit, the breakout right here also hit. Nice, Steven. So Steven said, finally, thanks, Sean. Yeah, so Steven is waiting for that. This is Steven's favorite trade every morning to take the breakout. So if you guys wanted to catch it at the end over here, or like I did, I just caught the last push right here. I was trying to catch like the last little end of it. I caught it. I'll send my profits in real quick. I didn't make the full profit, obviously, but I'll send in so that you guys know exactly what trade I took. Because sometimes I'll post profits and you guys like, what trade did you take? So I will post this right here just to show you guys what it is right here. So this was the breakout. And then I will take a screenshot of my profits right now to show you guys what I made off that. I didn't take the whole thing, but I did catch some of it. There was some slippage there, unfortunately. So I only made like 790 off my main account. What the heck? That's so weird. So my copy, I only made, oh, this is crazy. The profits here are so different. So there's definitely a lot of slippage that this is so weird. On my personal, I made 69 cents. I don't know what happened with the slippage there. I made 60 cents on my personal. Here, let me do my MFFs first. So MFF, I made 620 off one of them. And these profits are like way different per account because there's a lot of slippage going on with how fast the market was moving. Let's see. Okay, my FTMO. Okay, so 490 up, 410 off this one. Damn, the profits were way different across all my accounts. My main account, I made, I think, the most off this, 790. All right, so let me see. My personal account made 69 cents. My MFF made 620. My copier made 410. And then my main account made 790. So a huge fluctuation in profits right here. Here's my my I don't know what happened. Usually my Hugo's Way has like the best I mean like the tightest spread for the most part, but I made 69 cents off that one. This is my MFF, made 620. Here's my copier, made 410, and then my main account right here, you can see with the green strip, I made 790, which, I mean, it is what it is. Profit's profit, but it was definitely a weird push right there. So US30. Scalp on. So it's all good. Profit's profit, just like Talanji said. So let's Mohammed said Sean gonna use the 60 cents to buy another booth for the Warriors game, right? I know, right? I'm gonna show my profits off of today, see if they'll take it. All right, guys. So nice profit off that for you guys who caught it. Looks like some of you guys did catch it here. Scotty locked in 494 off that. It's great work right there, Scotty. A couple other people here too. Maddie as well locked in a total of 2,052. Nice work, Maddie. All right, guys. So good work right there. Steven as well. Steven locked in a total of 1,274, or before the fees, 1,282. So great work right there, Steven. Used a good lot size, not too over leveraged at all. So you're doing pretty solid right there. Narith over here too, locked in a total of 6,565. Nice work, Narith. Jonathan over here locked in a total of 368. Nice work, Jonathan. Jason over here locked in a total of 4,700 or 4,969. And Kenny over here locked in a total of 948. So great work right there, Kenny. Yeah, Jason said demo. So he's waiting for his funded accounts to come in. There's another V3 right here, guys, but it's right at the session, so I wouldn't have taken it. I did see it earlier. It looks like it's gonna hit TP though. So there you go with the big push to the bottom side. It might have hit already. I needed to get away from these sessions right here. Once it gets away from the sessions, I'll take the trades. I just don't want to get caught in these unusual movements right here. Oh, there's no pending signal. Sorry. So yeah, Maddie's right. There was no entry here because there was no pending sell. But this right here, is not an official entry. Steven said, did I get lucky, or long candle doesn't mean it'll always reach stop loss? So Steven, did you understand? I don't know if you listened to anything. I was literally explaining to you why it was risky and why you should probably wait for it to come up before entering the trade, Steven. So whenever you get a big candle like that, price retraces, right? That's why I was telling you, Steven, you should probably not enter yet, wait for it to pull back and then enter the trade, right? So as you can see right here, it did exactly what I was warning you for, but you still entered anyways. I was telling you, hey, Steven, wait a little bit for price to come up, right? As like, and then enter when it comes back down so that you can enter it when it pulls back, because it pulls back and then it comes back down. That's a typical pattern that happens. But you entered already, like it was like, it was right here and you're like, oh, I'm in. I'm like, Steven, I told you to wait. And then you were like, oh, well, I'm in. And then it came down and then hit TP, because you could have waited. You could have waited for it to pull back, and then you could have just had a sell stop right here so that you could have entered the trade, and then it would have went straight to TP. So yeah, okay, yeah. Steven said, okay, I see what you mean. It's the same thing, Steven. I warn you about this like pretty much every morning. It's the same pattern that happens. If the candle is too big, you usually want to wait a little bit, because price will tend to retrace either halfway or the full candle before it comes back down. It's a common pattern that comes up whenever there's a big candle. I mean, you can just look at any candle that comes up. If you ever see a big candle like this right here, right? You see a huge candle drop, it retraces up before it comes back down. Huge candle right here, it comes up before it comes back down. If you waited for it a little bit, you probably could have got a better entry, but it's all good. You still made profit off it. So you know what I'd recommend, Steven, is if you're still confused about this stuff, just go back and rewatch the live sessions, because I say the same thing every morning. So it's kind of hard to mess it up if you're like paying attention to what I like the keywords that I'm saying and my explanation for these moves here. Yeah, definitely, Steve. I'm glad to see that you're profiting off this now. So you should be passing another challenge pretty soon. You haven't had any losses for the past couple of weeks now. So should be good. All right. Anyways, let's look for another entry here. As you guys can see, price is moving along. Price is now ranging within this area right here, which is in the middle of these sessions. So let's go over here to the clean chart. Let me just delete a lot of this stuff here. But yeah, Steven, I think you should be done with your challenge soon, right? Because you I think you started a new one like a week or two ago. So you've had nothing but wins. And if Steven can do it, you guys can do it. Anybody can do it. But yeah, I'm excited to see you get funded pretty soon, Steven, once you do the verification. All right, so yeah, I know you're still in the demo right now. You're still getting the feel for it, but you'll be ready for the real challenge once you actually pass it. I think another time, or maybe another time after that. Nice. Yeah, Steven said just 2 more breakouts, then I technically have passed phase 1, but I'm using demo right now. Yeah, and the thing is, you passed phase 1 already before, so this would technically be you passing the verification, but double what was required if you're doing the real one. So just use this as practice, and you know, try to understand what we're going over here. Anyways, so here's the clean chart. Let me take this stuff off. So as you guys can see, this is where market opened right here. Let me put a line at opening price, which is right over here. All right, so and come up. So this is opening price right over here. As you guys can see, price was pretty much bearish on open, and then now it's just ranging within this area right here. Price is pushing a bit higher. Let's see, as we take this off right here. Obviously, you guys can see price is still moving a little wacky. It's not consistently dropping or consistently pushing up. Price will drop and it goes up and it goes up and it comes down. Thanks to Talanji. Talanji said 3-minute daily buy pending. So it's just, you guys want to be a bit careful with taking any trades right now. There's a couple red flags. Same situation as earlier. Price is right next to the session. So even if we're looking for a sell here, the sessions are in the way. So we need price to drop below here and stay below here, versus it bouncing from the lower end to the higher end. So basically what I'm looking for here, guys, is I'm looking for price to come below here and stay below here. Basically hit liquidity and then maybe retrace a little bit for pullback and then come back down. This is what I'm looking for. When price gets down here, then I'll be set to start taking some more sells. Currently right now, price keeps bouncing off these sessions. This purple line right here is the Asia high from yesterday. And every time price comes down, it always rejects off it. Comes down or comes up, both directions. All right, Steven, we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, bro. All right, so going over here to the fundamentals still haven't confirmed yet. I mean, they're still pretty high. So until this confirms and until price drops below, we're not really looking really heavily for sells right now. I mean, we're definitely looking for sells, but we need it to be a stronger confirmation. So right here, it's still 61% long. So we're definitely still looking for sells with regard to retail sentiment. However, fundamentals are currently bullish right now. So it's a bit of a toss up because we want this to be bearish as well. However, that doesn't mean this can easily just shift. Like in a few minutes, Russia can say, oh, we're going to invade Ukraine. And then the market just goes straight down, right? So there's a lot of factors in the market that can be affecting price, but currently right now, everything is bullish. So this is why you guys want to be very careful with taking sells at the moment, because if this continues to push up higher, then, you know, the buys can change from a sell to a buy. Because looking at all of the indexes right now, everything is bullish. The Dow's up 189 points, S&P's up 30 points, NASDAQ's up 100 points, Russell 2K is up 14 points, and the VIX is only down less than a point. So definitely something to look out for. Let's see. Yeah, Rick said or Biden can talk about the hair on his legs, right? But yeah, you know, just looking at the chart right here, guys, there's no clear direction. Price is going back and forth. Here's the clean chart again. As I mentioned, there's nothing really going on here that can confirm the direction of price, because price is literally just going sideways. There's nothing going on here. Price is going down and it comes up. It's ranging between this high and this low right here. Until price pushes above, we're not going to look for any buys. Until price pushes below, we're not going to look for any sells. You know, if you zoom out a little bit, you guys can see that there's a lot of liquidity on the top side, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if price pushes above here, hits liquidity, comes back for a retest, pushes back up, hits liquidity right here. And what do you think is going to happen if liquidity gets hit right there? It's probably going to push up to the next area of liquidity right here, right? So you guys got to keep your eyes open. You guys got to pay attention, because you guys can't just be focused on one bias the entire day. Even though I don't like taking buys right now because of the war talk, it can still happen. Yeah, Rick said this sucks. When you see a V3, can you yell it out? Yeah, so I'll let you guys know if it does come up, but you know, from what I was saying earlier, there's no clear direction yet. There he goes. Price hits liquidity here, and it's probably going to dump to this next level. Triple confluence, but it's kind of a big candle. I don't know. Are you thinking about taking it, Maddie? I think it's too big of a candle. Yeah, so if it comes back down, I'll enter it. I have to exit early. I might have to use a wider stop loss for this. It's probably going to pull up and then come back down. Yeah, this thing is super erratic. Let's see. I might have to close out of this thing early. This thing is moving kind of crazy. I'm going to move my stop loss and profit as soon as it drops again. All right. There we go. As price drops, moving my stop loss in profit. Fuck. Things are pulling me out. So it already hit TP, guys. So if you guys aren't out, move my stop loss in profit. It kind of pulled me out for a little bit. Why isn't it closing me out yet? The fuck? It's weird. So it already hit TP, guys. I don't know if you guys are still in it. I think, yeah, Medi said caught it. The market's weird. Yeah, same here. It's not closing me out. I'm closing out myself. Sorry, guys. I had to close it out. I don't know why. I don't know if the spread's freaking weird or whatnot, but dude, this thing hit me. It hit TP like 3 times and it didn't pull me out. What's the spread right now? I feel like the spread might be kind of crazy because I had to pull out myself. It like literally hit stop loss and it hit so I moved my stop loss in profit. This was the weird thing. My stop loss was in profit right here. And then it kept hitting TP, didn't close me out, hit my stop loss in profit, didn't close me out. I was like, what the heck? So when it came down again right here, I just closed out when it hit TP again. This is a weird market today. So hopefully you guys pulled out in profit already. It already hit profit like, damn, look at that. Yeah. This thing is, I don't know. Let's see what the spread's looking like. That was super weird. I don't know if anyone had the same issue as me, but so I moved my stop loss in profit right here, guys, and it kept moving back and forth. It hit TP, didn't close me out. Hit my stop loss in profit, didn't close me out. It dropped again to full TP, so I just closed out manually. I only locked in about 650 off that. I don't know if there's slippage or I don't know what's going on, but I don't know, whatever. Anyways, full TP off that right there. I'll post my profits up shortly. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna check my profits right now. I'm gonna see what I locked in. If the profits are kind of weird, then it might have just been slippage. Nice. Talanji is still holding it with stop loss in profit. And check it out, guys. So it hit liquidity and look where it went down to. Next area of liquidity right here. So that's why I was a little confident about taking that trade there, because I figured it was going to come down and hit the area of liquidity below, which, you know, it did, but it wasn't in. Hey, Charles, the same thing happened with me, bro. Let me see. Yeah, Talanji, you're still in it. Talanji's still in it. Orange right there. Hey, Charles, what happened with me on yeah, so I don't know if I took a screenshot of my other MFF, but for some reason Charles lost on this trade. I lost on one of mine too, just one MFF. It's weird because my other MFF I made it one MFF I made 1,000, the other MFF I lost 1,000. So Charles here on this account, for some reason he's down. On this one, he's up 766, which is super weird. I'm assuming it's slippage, guys. So let me check my profits real quick and I'll see what happened with mine as well. So again, on my, I don't understand this. This is kind of weird. On my personal, I made $2. $2 on my personal account, which should have been a lot more. My MFF right here, I made 650 or 680. Let me show you guys my MFF. I forgot to take a screenshot earlier, but I'll show you guys right now. Made 650 off my copier, and then on my main account, I made 650 as well. So let me show you guys my profits. They vary so much. It's so weird how different everything I'm assuming it's slippage, guys. Like if you guys are having issues with your trades right now, like I am, I'm assuming it's slippage, and I'll show you real quick. Okay, so all right, here's my personal account. I made $2. I don't know what happened there. It should have been a lot more. Should have been like at least $10 to $30. So I made $2 on my personal. Here's my MFF. I made 660, so a total of 1,280. Here's my other MFF. The same thing happened with Charles. He had a loss there for some reason, which is weird because I have a loss on my copier MFF. On my first MFF, I made 620. So I'm assuming it's some slippage. The copier probably just didn't execute fast enough. I don't know, the market's kind of weird today. So there's a loss there for whatever reason, but this is the trade we just took where I made 660. So my first MFF 660, my copier MFF 660 as well. Here's my other copier account. I made 992, 650 off that trade. And then my main account right here, I made 650, total of 1,372. So I don't know, whatever, weird profit all around. I don't know. This is probably a hit. The market's it's kind of crazy today, which it happens. I mean, sometimes you're going to get weird markets like this where there's a lot of slippage or there's a lot of connectivity issues. I mean, it's raining over here where I'm at right now, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Usually when the weather's weird, that's when I run into some slippage, but it's all right. Profit's profit. I'll just have to eat that loss on that copier. It's not a big loss anyways. It's small. I just need another win to cover that loss there, which, I mean, it is BS, but whatever. Can't really complain about it too much. All right, so let's see. Brian said it's the moon, right? It's the moon cycles. Nice profit off that K2 US30 triple confluence scalp on live. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys locked in some profits off that. If you guys want to set in your profits, feel free, and I'll add them to the list. So yeah, it looks good. Oops. Just copy this up over to the other groups. All right. All right. Looks good for the most part. Price is still dropping. Obviously, you know the direction of our bias. Yeah, for a little bit. All right, so let me select this real quick. Just got to copy this over to our profits for the day. Yeah, price is really dumping right now. Man, I wonder if Rick is in this right now. Rick usually hops in from these liquidity areas. So guys, this is why the retail sentiment is always going to be number one, right? Because the fundamentals here are pointing towards a buy, but retail sentiment was for a sell, right? This is why retail sentiment is always first, because the thing is, if you were looking for buys due to the fundamentals, you would have got burnt horribly right here, right? Because prices continue dropping. However, if you look at retail sentiment first, your bias would have been for a sell, because you can see that majority of traders are on the long side. So there's a reason why I look at retail sentiment first, then I look at fundamentals, then I look at technicals, because of this right here. So we didn't look for any buys, even though fundamentals were very bullish. We were looking for sells. And this is why, because we you know, the price came all the way back down because we identified that I was going to do that. So hopefully a lot of things are coming full circle for a lot of you guys who don't necessarily get everything 100%. But that's the main reason why I look at sentiment first before I look at fundamentals, because fundamentals are still bullish, but not bullish for very long. You can see it's starting to shift. It's only up 40 points. S&P is up 9 points. NASDAQ's up 23 points. Russell 2K is up 20 points. This can easily just come crashing down pretty heavily. It's not over 100 points anymore. So with that said, this liquidity has been broken. This liquidity is broken. This one's broken. The new liquidity is down here. All right, here's a clean chart. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Price is dropping even heavier. Man, this weather sucks. It's like raining. We're having a storm here in California. I got these annoying allergies. Gotcha, Rick. Yeah, so price is still dropping, but I don't recommend chasing it, guys. So check out where price retested. See the purple line down here? This is the Asia low from yesterday. This is why it's important. You can see price broke below, retested, and came right back down. So you guys want to pay attention to these lines here. These lines aren't here for no reason. They're here for very specific reasons when identifying where the previous high lows are. The previous session high lows. Other than that, not really much going on right here. You can expect some sort of retracement here, which is fine. If that happens, that's great. We'll catch it as it comes back down. All right, nothing here off the 1 minute. Here is the clean chart. It's 7:03 now, so we're into our last hour of the session. We got pretty much from now until 8 o'clock over here. What we can probably expect is a pretty hard retracement to the upside. So you guys want to be very careful with taking any sells right now. If you guys do see a sell entry, I don't recommend taking the first one because you can see that price has dropped super heavily right here. You're probably going to get this. You're probably going to get some fake outs. So you'll see a push to the upside. And then you don't want to get caught in this right here because this might happen. Come back for a retest and then push back up. Don't expect it to come straight back down. What you want to look for is you want to let a tester run out first. So first you want to let one come down. And then you want to wait for it to retest again below here. And then enter on this one over here, right? This is where you want to enter. Don't enter on the first one, enter on the second one, because you need to confirm that price is actually coming down. This is such a big push right here that price can easily push up higher. This is what might happen, right? Price might push up higher, and then it might fake out twice before it actually comes down, right? This is what people get caught in a lot. They get caught in these fake outs. So just be very careful with what you guys decide to take here. Once you get the confirmation, great, go ahead and take the sells. But right now, I would probably wait a little bit to confirm that it's actually coming down before you actually enter anything. Ruin said, MT4 frozen. Risky Rick must have broken the internet. Right, Rick must have taken all the profits with that drop right there. Now, what a big drop. Yeah, that would have been nice if we caught that. Well, we did catch some of the move there. So this is the move that I was just talking about earlier, guys. The liquidity push, right? So this is the liquidity earlier that we caught. I mean, we only caught a portion of it right here. But this would have been a nice push right here if we caught the drop down in here at like 400 pips or so. We only caught 100, which was like right there. But definitely, I mean, this would have been even nicer. 1,000 pips. Jeez. It's all good though. We'll catch the next one. Plus, because the market's been moving kind of weird, I would have been careful anyways. I don't think I would have trailed this with a stop loss because it wasn't a smooth push to the downside. Yeah, Solange said don't sleep on the 10-minute. So going over to the 10-minute, looks like there was probably a snipe right here. Did you catch that snipe right there? Solange? Yeah, so I can see that there was probably a snipe right there. Yeah, there was, exactly. So Talanji over here saw the snipe, which was right there. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, the snipe that was right over there. So yeah, there was a snipe right here on the 10-minute. And if you caught that, that'd have been a nice push to the downside right here, right over there. It was at 640. Snipe right there. Huge push to the downside. And this can be used as a confluence, just like Talanji said. If you guys are following this for a sell, you can take a sell on other time frames because it literally went straight to TP with no drawdown. Nothing off the 5-minute right here. Nothing off the 3-minute right here either. Back to the 1-minute, nothing here either. Price is now just consolidating sideways. It's consolidating between this low and between this Asia low right here. So pretty much just a sideways push from this point. Nothing else. So we'll see if we find anything, but our bias is obviously for a sell. Retail sentiment currently, currently 61% long. So we're definitely bearish right now. Also looking at fundamentals, fundamentals are currently 12 points in the green. So it's easily going to shift to the downside shortly. Looking over here at the actual stock index, you guys can see earlier, it was majority green. Now it is turning majority red right over here. Barack said, my connection had issues. Glad I wasn't on the trade. Yeah, I know. I think there's an issue with connectivity, guys. That's probably why we're running into some slippage here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, technically this was a high low. I don't know why this low here disappeared. It should have been established because there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 candles there. Dejan said, my campus Wi-Fi can't hold this. Dejan over there in class trading. His teacher's like dead staring at him. That's what happened with with Maddie. Let's see. So yeah, I keep forgetting some of you guys are still in school. But there just isn't any trades right now, guys. So looking over here right now, we have this low here, but price isn't doing anything. It's not retracing up. It's not pushing lower. It's kind of just, it's pushing the low a little lower, and then it still goes sideways from this point. Here goes prices. I mean, it's just a snail push to the downside. But you guys definitely don't want to chase this because I can guarantee as soon as you guys enter the sell, it's going to spike all the way back up and then probably retest this area right here. So I don't recommend anyone hop into any sells right now. It's just not a safe area to be entering a trade. See if there's any order blocks down here. This is something a lot of people like to look at. It's not one that I use necessarily very often, but no, there's order blocks from the top, not from the bottom. Ruin said, if someone hops in, they have to tell us so we can buy up, right? Yeah, don't chase this move right here, guys. Wait for an entry. So wait for a pullback and then wait for it to come back down because it's definitely not the best time to enter a sell. I'm really curious to see what caused the drop happen like that because something obviously happened that caused the price to drop. Let's see. See if Biden's speaking right now. Anton said midweek reversal. Yeah, no, you could be right. So let's see, is Biden speaking right now? No, he's not. Last time he streamed was 19 hours ago. On the first, Biden's going to deliver his first State of the Union address. Yeah, I don't really see too much here. I mean, there's some Yahoo Live volume. There's some Russian, Ukrainian news going on too, but nothing specific to the current market right now. All right. So price is getting close to the London lows. You guys can see the London lows right here. So what could happen is if price continues to drop down lower, what you can expect is a possible rejection off the London low. And then after that, possible push to the upside, heavy push to the upside actually. Or who knows, it can push up right now. It doesn't have to come down to the low. It's just an idea that if it does continue to push, you can possibly drop lower. Here we go with the 1 minute. Price is now pulling back to the upside, which is perfectly fine. It's exactly what we were looking for. Oh, thanks, Patricia. So Patricia did send me some stuff over here. There we go. Yeah, so Patricia sent in okay, so Russia evacuating embassy in Ukraine as crisis escalates. So again, I guess another update here regarding the whole Russia-Ukraine crisis. And with that said, if this news just came out, this is probably what's causing price to drop even further. I mean, but who knows? There's no guarantee that that's the main thing that's pushing it, but that's definitely a good catalyst for price to drop. Here we go with the retracement to the upside. As I mentioned earlier, guys, I would wait for a confirmation before you guys enter any sells. So I don't want you guys to just enter a sell right away. I want you guys to wait for some sort of confirmation before you guys hop into any of the trades here. Talanji took the V3 buy. Nice. It's Talanji. Did you take that there? Talanji's actually in the buy right here, which I mean isn't necessarily a bad trade because we do expect it to push up a bit. However, I wouldn't take it. The bias there is just nice. Yeah, Talanji's in profit. So I would move your stop loss in profit. If you're still in this trade, I'd move your stop loss in profit. Maybe even to break even because you don't know if price might just come crashing right back down. Nice. So Talanji did see a confluence on the 3 minute as well. So Talanji, okay, so there's another one right here too. Another entry for a V3 buy. This is if you're not using the bias, right? So I wouldn't take this because all the requirements are not met on my end. My requirements require that I trade in the direction of bias. So looking at the bias over here, that's going to be the fifth requirement, confirm trading direction of bias. So if you want to take the risk way of trading this, I mean, you technically can. It's not a big deal. I mean, it can possibly work out perfectly fine. It's just not one that I want to be in. So yeah, I wouldn't take this for a buy. Oh, nice. Yeah, so Talanji actually pulled out in profit. So that's good. I mean, you guys made some profit off it, and this is exactly why. So check this out, guys, right here. This would have been or no, actually, no, it's not. That would have been a V3 because this is a red candle. But yeah, I would wait for it at least like one entry before you guys hop in. So I'm fine to let one burn, hit TP, and then I'll enter the next one because you can see right here, price is still making its way to the upside. As I said, my first requirement is Sean entering the trade, right? Yeah. And I'm only going to enter the trade if I'm like absolutely sure it's going to hit. All right, so let's see. All right, so there's nothing really going on in the market. As you can see, it's now ranging. There's a new high right here. Price is just pretty much going sideways at this moment. right there. Here's a clean chart, like literally nothing going on here. Price, I was hoping that this would close below here with the sell signal, but it didn't. If it closed below here, this would have been a triple confluence like we took earlier on this end, but it's not. So we'll see what happens in a little bit. All right, this is fine. So if this pushes up right here, which is kind of what we want to happen, you want this to push up higher from this point, it's going to create liquidity right here on this bottom side. So this is perfect right here. If it continues pushing up higher, this is great because we're going to have a really strong liquidity area right here. Whenever you guys have the double line, this is the liquidity that we're looking for. Because when price hits this, it's probably going to push down and spike to the low over here. And if we get an entry right there, we can lock in some pretty decent profit, at least, 100 pips or more if it comes from higher. So this is fine. I like this setup right here. We got liquidity sitting right there. Like I wouldn't mind if price pushes up even higher to get away from the sessions below. All right, we're getting liquidity on both sides now. So this is gonna be a bit of a toss-up right here. We got liquidity right here, liquidity up here, or this might break it. It doesn't have, it's probably not gonna hold. But for the most part, price is literally going sideways right here. One thing that I'm gonna be more careful of, guys, is taking trades around 7:30. So yesterday we took a trade at 7:30. We kind of forced it because we really wanted to take a trade. I'm going to make sure I confirm a lot of different things before I enter anything because it is it's definitely going to be a risk. So I'm going to make sure I look at order blocks and make sure I look at all the high lows, make sure I look at the trend, make sure I look at all the biases, because I don't want to have the same mistake we did yesterday. We could have easily avoided that loss yesterday if I would have analyzed it a little more fully. So see, Matty over here just sent in his profits. He locked in a total of 350 off this account. Nice work, Matty. His second account, he locked in 290. Nice work off that, Matty. His third account locked in 245. Nice work off that. And then his last account over here, he's at 4,997. So great work all around right there, Maddie. Let's see. Kenny over here posted his profits too, locked in a total of 1,572. Great work, Kenny. Yeah, definitely great work right there. And there's another account right here, 1,147. Nice. Andreas over here as well, locked in a total of 1,090. Nice work, Andreas. So great work right there. Other than that, let's see. Other than that, we got Jason over here. Total, wow, Jason, you're killing it, bro. Don't tell me you're driving a truck right now too. So Jason is a truck driver. This is probably driving his 18-wheeler and lock in way more profit than he would at his on his route. So he locked in 8,963. Great work right there, Jason. Yeah, that's a lot of profit on one account. Scotty over here locked in 837. Jason said, I'm driving my truck, bro. I'm on my phone. I don't know how Jason does it. Jason is a truck driver and he locks in this much profit. So he's driving his truck. Whenever I think of truck drivers doing other things, I think of that Simpsons episode. You guys remember where in the Simpsons where they had the little truck box that drives for them? First of all, trading on your phone is crazy. Trading while driving a 18-wheeler is even crazier. But yeah, no, great work right there, Jason. Man, you need to get one of those. You got to get a Tesla truck, bro, one of the semis. So you could do the autopilot. Anyways, Kenny over here at 1,572. Nice work, Kenny. And Brock over here as well, currently up 25K. Wow, that's a big profit right there, Brock. Looks like you probably let that trade. Oh, this is the sell from earlier you took, I think. You're just letting it run. So, damn. Looks like Brock took that from like way up here when it hit liquidity. and you just held on to it, because you could have taken it right here. Like if you literally caught the sell that we took here and just held on to it, this thing dropped like almost 2,000 pips, 1,700. So super heavy move right there. Rick said, I can't trade sitting on my desk with a cup of coffee, right? Rick said risk it dropping that cup of coffee on his left. Kenny over here said, just need a couple $100 to make my 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Kenny. Rick said, Sean, make sure you ride your stop loss on the next sell. Yeah. Maybe the World War III will start by then. It'll just keep dumping like super heavy. Talanji said, can't tell if this is a fake out or honest retracement attempt. Yeah, me neither, Talanji. The thing is, there's liquidity sitting on both sides, right here and right here. And let's see if it breaks liquidity. So if it breaks liquidity right there, maybe it'll make a push to the sessions right here. So here's the first test right there. What I'd be looking for is if it fakes out. So this is what I would be looking for. If it fakes out down here, and then it comes back for another retest, then I would expect it to break out from there. Or not, maybe not a huge breakout, but I do expect it to push up higher. So one thing that I've been noticing a lot lately is a second retest of the liquidity. So it's tested it once right there. I'm looking for the second test. If it tested a second time, I do think it's going to push up a bit stronger. But yeah, it's definitely a fake out. You can see right here, Talanji, because it hit liquidity, then it came back down. But we've seen this pattern come up very often where it'll come back down, and then when it tested a second time, it pushes right through. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said this is the same V3 setup as yesterday, the one that we took a loss on. Yeah, it's the same fake out. So there is a V3 right here, but I would not take it because stop loss is too tight. It's like 100 pips. So it's not, I mean, you would have hit TP already, but it's too tight of a move. So it blasted right through TP. And there you go, as it starts to drop lower. So yeah, this is basically like what happened yesterday, except in the opposite direction. So instead of us taking down, this thing is dumping, it hit liquidity right there. So there's a liquidity hit that I was marking up earlier. Let's see if it tests the sessions right here. Looks like it probably will. Or maybe it'll do another fake out. So it did a fake out to the upside, now a fake out to the downside. This is technically going to be a triple confluence, but I mean, obviously I'm not going to take it because it's right at the sessions. So yeah, this is a triple confluence right here. However, it's right at the session, so I'm not going to mess with it. It's too close. This might hit TP, but I'm not going to risk it. It is way too risky. So there we go. It's going to test the sessions right there. Let's see if it wicks off it or if it breaks below. Yeah, so when it did exactly what we anticipated, right? So I said it was going to break through the liquidity here, test the sessions. Let's see if it actually closes below. We might get a wick right here and it'll wick right back up. Look at that wick. It's probably not going to break. It's not going to close below. I mean, it's the same thing that happens every single time, guys. We've been looking at this for days. So let's see if it closes below. If it doesn't, then it's probably going to wick. There you go. See the wick? Directly off the sessions. So everything we predicted was going to happen happened exactly how we thought it would happen. There you go. Wicking right off the sessions, guys. And this is why I wouldn't want to take the trade there, even though I know it probably would have hit TP. It's just too risky of a move, especially because of the moves that happened earlier with the slippage and whatnot. It's just too it's not a smooth move. So yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Solange said analysis is too on point. Barack said very, very precise. Yeah, no, hopefully, I mean, if you guys made profit off that, a lot of people make profit off just my analysis, not even the trades that we take. It's more so if I identify something to happen, people will take a trade within that area and they'll make some pretty massive profit off that. So let's see. Deswell over here sent me his profits. He locked in a total of 1,609. Nice work, Deswell. Yeah, 1% should be fine. But so nice work, Deswell, off that. Maddie sent in his profits. He's currently up 7,590 off this account. Great work, Maddie. All wins. Kenny over here too. He's currently up 2,541. Nice work, Kenny. Yeah, what happened? Chris, I'll respond to you later, but no, I'm not going to add you to my account. No, for sure not. I'm never going to add anybody to my accounts. So yeah, no, I'm definitely never going to add anybody to my master accounts. It's not going to happen. Brock over here currently, let's see, Brock is now up. Yeah, that's crazy, Brock. Is this like your real account? You're like, took it this time, it's 3 days old. So he's been holding it, looks like. 72K off this. Oh, that's a crazy push right there. Talanji said, nice try. Yeah, the thing is, guys, if I add you guys to my account, you guys will never learn how to trade, and you guys will never learn from the mistakes, right? The problem is you guys gotta take that tough pill, and you guys gotta understand that you made a mistake, and you guys gotta learn from it. Because the thing is, if I add you to my account, I could take you off tomorrow, and you're gonna not make any more profit. I'd rather have you guys actually learn how to trade and actually be self-efficient versus me adding you to my account, and then what about tomorrow? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take you off. You go back to making zero profit. So you guys have to learn how to do this stuff, guys. If you guys never learn trade psychology, or if you guys never learn from your mistakes, you're never going to get any better. And that's me being tough on you guys, right? Because I want you guys to actually learn this stuff, because it's not that difficult. I mean, if you guys look, I feel like everyone's problem is just trade psychology. If you guys are able to just get this stuff down and not make the same mistakes, because I'm sure like everyone has the same mistakes, right? It's always over leveraging, using no stop loss, over trading, revenge trading, stuff like that. If you guys can focus on your weaknesses, you guys can easily get better at your trading. And that's what I want to that's what I want for you guys to actually build as a trader, not necessarily to. And that's why I stopped doing signals. Because I don't want everyone to just depend on signals and stuff either. I want you guys to actually learn this stuff. Let's see. Nice, Jennifer. Yeah, so Jennifer said daily goal hit. Thanks, Sean. Done for the day. Great work, Jennifer. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. If you guys have a goal to reach, just like Jennifer, just call it a day. You don't have to trade all day. That's the problem with a lot of people too, is they want to trade all day, and you end up over trading. So for me, I only take like maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe like 4 or 5 trades max a day, but I don't lose any trades. So if you guys can do that, where you stay consistent, even if you're taking like 1 or 2 trades, you guys can do perfectly fine. So great work, Jennifer, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, Jason said being on live is literally like being on Sean's account. Yeah, because if you guys just focus on what we take here on the live, you guys can easily like literally take the same trades I'm taking, because I don't trade off the live session. I trade sometimes, but very rarely. And that's all you really need. Yeah, Randy said light a man a fire, you keep him warm for the night. Light a man on a fire, he'll be warm for the rest of his life. Yeah, exactly. Funny analogy, but very true. Like what Randy was saying. Basically, Randy's saying like, if you help someone or if you do something for them, they're going to be okay for like a night. If you teach them how to do something, then they'll be good for the rest of their life. That's exactly what we're doing here. Yeah, Peter said 5K to be added on Sean's account plus 25% profit. Jennifer said you don't want slaves. No, but it's fine. I mean, a lot of people do ask for that though. A lot of people ask to get put on my account. But it's, it's a short-term fix. It's not going to fix someone's long-term profitability. Anyways, back to the charts over here, guys. There's nothing for us to take at the moment. Let me just go and fix up the charts over here real quick. There's nothing here on the 1 minute. Obviously, price is going back into consolidation at this time. And it's funny that we're like referring to adding people on the account because let's see, Steven here. No, Steven isn't here. Steven's been begging me to put him on his account for like years now. Steven's been part of K2 for like, I think 2 or 3 years. Yeah, him too, Maddie. Yeah, so Steven has been begging me to put him on his account for like years now. And that guy's like, please pass my challenge. Please, like he was offering to pay me so much money to pass his challenge. But Steven finally like stopped asking. And I told him like, bro, if you keep asking me, I'm just going to kick you out of K2. So he stopped asking and he learned how to trade. And look at Steven, he passed 2 challenges in like 2 weeks. And you guys know who Steven is. He's been here on the live asking the same questions every morning, but he actually wants to learn, right? If you guys just put in the work and learn, you guys can easily like get this stuff down. It's really just trade psychology because you guys have the strategies in front of you. The strategies are not that difficult. It really is just being able to take the trades and controlling your emotions when it gets tough. Yes, friends that be like Steve. Definitely. Yeah, C6 said he even double, triple timed at some point. And also another thing for Steven is don't drink muscle milk before bed. You might not catch any sleep and miss your alarm. Oh man, that's always gonna be the inside joke for Steven. Where's Steven? Is he here? Steve, one time Steven was like, he was so mad because he missed a breakout. He was like, bro, I drank muscle milk last night. You think that messes my sleep? I was like, I don't know, dude. Was there caffeine in it? Yeah, no, Steven's funny. Yeah, Steven's a funny guy. Funny guy, but I'm glad that he's passing now. All right, man. So here you guys can see prices now ranging within this area. It's ranging between the sessions and this low. There is no entry available at the moment. There was no V3 there. So I think some of you guys are probably looking at this as a V3, but there was no pending sell. So no V3 off this. Yeah, I mean, you said what you teach helps a lot of persons. Some won't admit it, but bless up, Sean, and keep doing this. Pray for your long life and get you to get rich. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. I want to help you guys long term. Definitely want to help you guys long term with this trading thing because this can open up a lot of opportunity for you guys. All right, so let's see. We got another one right here. Another high right here. So guys, as price pushes up right here, you can probably expect it to come back down. One thing that you guys want to look out for is if price comes and hits this area right here. This is a liquidity. So going back to what I was, sorry guys, my dog's barking. All right, so back to what I was saying earlier, guys. I don't recommend you guys enter the, I know this is a V3, but I don't recommend entering it just yet. Wait for one to print, just like Maddie said. Yeah, he said, if this V3 prints, I think it's a fake out. I expect it to be a fake out too. So don't take the first one. Whenever price is a waterfall like this, and you have your first entry right here, this is technically the first entry. I would not take this trade here because there's a couple red flags. One of the red flags is that price is at the sessions right here. I don't take any trades when price is near this area because you get a lot of manipulation and fake outs. Second, you're going to get a fake out here because, or you might get a fake out because this might easily swing to the upside and continue pushing up. So I'd wait for the first one first. Technically, this would have been a V3, but as I mentioned earlier, for one, it's going to get close to the sessions, and for two, the stop loss is too close. It's 100 pips. You want to have at least 300 pips before you take a trade there. So no entry off that, but that technically was a V3. And the stop is too small as well. Yeah, man, definitely, I agree. So this is like what I was trying to get across to you guys, right? Like I'm trying to teach you guys so that you guys can understand what to see in the market. This whole waterfall explanation here is kind of similar to like what I was explaining to Steven this morning. So with the breakout this morning over here, remember how I was telling you guys, if the candle is too big, you want to wait because it's going to retrace up a little bit and then come back down. When it comes back down, you can enter right here and then you can ride it to TP. It's the same situation with the waterfall here. If price has been pushing down too heavy, and here's why. So see how we're on the 1 minute? If you go over to the 5 minute, you can see the full candle there, right? Like you can see the actual full candle. If you go on the 10 minute, you can see even bigger candle. So right here, this is what we would consider the big candle because this is 10 1 minute candles right here. Big candle right there, almost 1,000 pips, or yeah, it was 1,000 pips actually. 1,300 pips, and you can see that it's now pulling back. So as price pulls back right here, it's going to pull back either halfway or to the full candle. And if after that, it'll probably come right back down. Right. So it's pretty much the same analysis that I used for Steven this morning on the breakout, but you can see it on the higher time frame, the 10 minute, because whenever you see a big candle like that, price tends to have to retrace a bit. So different ways to look at it. But they all work the same way. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. Definitely. Let's see. So Hamidi is asking, Sean, if we have patience, as you say, US30 does not move one way for too long. Look at how it dumped down, not too long, as you say, but it retests the top and even halfway at some point before, you know, exactly. Yeah, 100%. So Hamidi is talking about how price will come back to, because you know how we were just saying right now, it dumps, but then it has to come back at some point. So right here, it can come back a bit. This is kind of what I see happening. So here is, I'm going to draw up the times because a lot of things here happen in phases, right? So from 6:30 to 8, this is our normal time of trading, and we have a directional push. Let me see if I can mark up this stuff here. Okay, so market open right here at 6:30. And you guys can see that this was a directional push, right? From 6:30 up until 8. Directional push, retracement, possible consolidation from like 8 to 9. This is why I stopped trading at 8, because you just get consolidation. Maybe a push back up higher, some more consolidation. From probably 10 until maybe 11, push up a little higher, and then a push right back down. Exactly what Hamidi was just referring to. So this is the mid-market reversal around this period, but right here, you can probably get a push to the upside, consolidation, push to the upside, consolidation, push up a little more, and then mid-market reversal back to the downside. So yeah, definitely 100%. You guys just have to look at the patterns, because the thing is, we trade US30 every morning, like literally every morning, same time. So we see how these patterns play out. It's like the same thing every single morning. Sometimes you'll get some wacky movement. Like today, it was a smooth move to the downside. However, yesterday price was going back and forth, right? Sometimes you'll get that. And when you get markets like that, it's better to just sit out the market rather than force any trades. Right here's a lot smoother because you can see it's an actual push to the downside right here. So what might happen here is if we don't get a retracement anytime soon, we might just get some consolidation, some more consolidation, and then maybe by 10, it'll reverse to the upside, right? There's obviously a difference between whether price is going to reverse to the upside or reverse to the downside. You just have to see where price currently is around like shortly prior to 10. Yeah, Talanji said, yeah, I'm not taking anything, just watching. Sessions are everywhere, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of sessions all over the place. There is a Asia high right here, Asia low, London low. There's just too many sessions here where price can easily bounce off. Looking at current price right now, there's no entries available. Let me go and just mark up these highs and these lows. Unfortunately, today was kind of slow, but we were expecting it to be slow because there was no news this morning. So for today, no news. However, we still did have a pretty big push today. Even though there was no news this morning, there was a lot of pushes to the downside. My guess, or from what people have shared, looks like the push earlier was because of this news that Patricia posted earlier. Russia was evacuating the embassy in Ukraine as the crisis escalates. So with that said, that probably caused price to drop. That was the catalyst, but now price is now moving normally. But if this didn't happen here, price probably would have just been consolidating the entire time. So something to keep in mind. Tomorrow we have some news. It's Thursday. We actually have a lot of news tomorrow. We have prelim GDP, unemployment claims, GDP price index, CB leading index, new home sales, natural gas storage, crude oil inventories. And then we have the Fed speaking tomorrow at 9, and then again at 10, and then again at 5. So we have the Fed speaking all day on Thursday. They're probably going to be speaking about the interest rate hike that's supposed to happen in March. So tomorrow we're probably going to get a lot more volatility. Today, it's the drop here probably happened because of the news, but other than that, and not even normal news, it's just, the Russian news. Other than that, there's nothing else that's really pushing price around at the moment specifically. Yeah, no, definitely. Kenny said, Sean, trading is way better than driving Uber and Lyft. Yeah, no, same here. Steven drives for Uber and Lyft too. Well, he does it like, I think, part-time or full-time. That's why he has to get off of the session, like after the breakout. So, Steven is trying to make big changes for himself and for his family, right? He drives for Uber in the morning. So like basically he'll trade with us for the breakout and then he's out by like 8 because he has to go start driving. But man, if he gets like 2-3 funded accounts, that's going to be a huge game changer for him. Rick said, trading is also better than being a janitor at a strip club. Rick would know, right? That's funny. I don't know if Biden's speaking. I don't think he's speaking today. But anyways, price is now ranging within this low and the sessions right here. So if you guys look closely, look at where price is failing to break above or close above, actually. Above these sessions right here. You can see the wicks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 tests right there off this London low. Exactly, Maddie. Yeah, no, same with you, bro. Eddie's asking, which copier do we use? I use Social Trader Tools. I don't know what everyone else uses, but I personally use Social Trader Tools for mine, Eddie. I've been using it for years now. It's been fine, except for today. Today, I kind of got burnt with one of my trades where I don't know if it was because of the copier. I think it was just because of slippage, but I did have a random loss here. It was a loss when it should have been a win because on all my accounts here, I had wins. I made 620 off this one. I made 410 off this one. I made 790 off this one. But for whatever reason, this one was like a loss. I think this one just failed to close. And due to the slippage, it happens. Let's see. Ruin said, one of the few times in US history when a president has planned nothing, right? Honestly, I'm not political at all, but I do agree with what everyone's saying regarding Biden. He's just not doing anything, just crazy. Anyways, Joshua right here sent in his profits. He locked in a total of 696. Might want to check your door. Joshua says there's a motion at your front door. It's like a guy standing in front of your house. But yeah, Joshua locked in a total of 700 for the day. So nice work, Joshua. So he's done for the day. Maddie over here. Yeah, Maddie was expecting a drop right there as well. Yeah, no, definitely. Deswell said, yes, I need to have a boot camp. Yeah, bro, definitely. Oh, I see. Yeah, Joshua said he's getting oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was like, there's a random guy standing in front of yard. Joshua, he's doing renovations. All right, guys. So price is currently in between the sessions right here. There's not really much going on. You can see here's the low, here's the high. Price finally broke and closed above the sessions, but it's not doing anything. So this red line right here is going to be the London low. When it hits 8 o'clock, this London low is going to change because the market is going to close and it's going to move to the next London low from the previous day. This is a London low from the day before, but you can see that it's still very important as price is now touching it currently. Other than that, let's see. Other than that, price is literally just going along the London low right here. Not really much. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. It's 7:48 right now. I don't really want to FOMO into any trades. So unless I see something really good, I'm going to, I'll obviously take it and I'll tell you guys. But I think from now until 8, this is usually where the bad trades start to come in because we start to get a bit antsy and we start to get impatient. And then you guys just, well, not just you guys, but me personally, I start taking trades that don't really fit the criteria. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Kenny, I know you're here. And I think we're going to have your mentoring session, or not your mentoring session, but the group mentoring session next Friday for you. Because I know I want you to have the opportunity to sit in on the session as well. So I think for next week, guys, we did have our mentoring session yesterday. If you guys missed that, it was pretty good. I did cover a lot of stuff there. So if you guys want to go watch that, just go to the YouTube channel. Right here, here's the K2 YouTube channel. Go to videos. Go to K2 mentoring session right here. And this is going to be the one from yesterday. I did answer a lot of good questions there that people had. So if you guys haven't watched it, it might be useful for you guys to go and check it out. Other than that, I don't really see anything here. It's 7:49 right now. Yeah, Brock said waiting and hoping for at least a V3 sell to close the day. I'm looking for it too, but it doesn't look like we're going to get it. One of the main reasons I don't think it's going to come is because we don't have a pending sell right now. We currently have a sell within the next 10 minutes. We would need a pending sell, basically a retracement buy signal, and then we would catch it as it comes back down. But we currently don't have that right now. Well, here's one thing to look out for though. So check this out. If price pushes up right here, we're going to have a low that gets established right there. And this is exactly what we were looking for. We're looking for liquidity again right here, right? Because this is the same thing that happened over here. When liquidity hit over here, so this is what we were looking for. When liquidity hit right here, it pushed to the next level of liquidity, right? Same thing can happen again right here. If price hits liquidity here, it can push down to the next level right here. But this right here just got, so we need this to push up a little bit. We can't just have it hit off the next candle. So right here, another low has been established, pretty much the same spot, but we need this to kind of push up a little bit, establish it as a low. So have it push over here for like another 5 minutes or so, hopefully get a buy signal. And then if it comes back down right here, definitely can catch, you know, a decent move to the next level right there. Perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. So there goes our retracement. We might even get a triple confluence or something like that. But we do need this to close. So we need this to close right here. looking over at sentiment. Sentiment is currently, it is currently 63% long, 37% short. We're definitely going to be selling. 64% long on here on IG. So yeah, I mean, the sells are definitely looking good right now because it seems like a lot of people are trying to buy that dip. Whoever's trying to buy that dip is going to get burnt. Yeah, no, it's all good, Kenny. So I will keep you updated as to like when we're having the mentoring session. But we'll definitely have if we can't do it this Friday, Kenny, we'll have it next Friday for sure. I will keep note of that. So whenever I can make it on a Friday, we'll definitely have it on a Friday. Oh, actually, I can't do it. Oh yeah, no, we'll see. I keep getting mixed up. I forgot. I was thinking this Friday, but it's not going to be this Friday. I'm going to Disneyland this Friday. Hopefully, it doesn't rain. You guys can follow my Disneyland stuff on my social media as you guys have followed before. I'm gonna bring some water in there. Let's see what else we got over here. Yeah, so there's technically a V1. Yeah, so Matt did ask if this was a V1 right here. This is a V1, but it's right at the session, so that's the reason why I wouldn't have taken it, Matt. But yes, it is a V1. We have a double wick rejection right there. This would technically be a V1, but as you can see, it's like way too close to these sessions. So it's not one that I would personally recommend taking. It did hit TP though. So, I mean, if you got into that trade right there, you can see the little line. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the little line right here where it's pointing down. That means that it did hit the TP, but it's right at the session. So I wouldn't take it. It's too close. And you can see where it's rejecting off right here. It's rejecting right off it. So yes. Yeah, exactly, Matt. So yeah, that would, but you're right. That would be a V1 right there. A perfect V1 too. It rejected right off it perfectly. Rick said you might have a drink problem. Barack, so if you're taking this right here for the V1, your stop loss should have been a bit wider because your stop loss would have been 300 pips. I think you should have been able to survive it, right? Because it's 30-10. So if you were taking that right there, you should still be in the trade, I think, technically. Because it's a 30-10 TP stop loss for the V1. And it's still active, but I mean, like I said earlier, I wouldn't take the trade. It's just too risky. Oh, I see. Okay, you adjusted your stop loss. Yeah, because right here, I mean, technically, if you're taking it, it would still be active, but it's right at the session, so I wouldn't even want to mess with it. What might happen is you might just get a spike down, hit TP, and then bounce right back up, just like it did right here on the opening candle for this entry. But yeah, you guys can see here. And another thing too is that there's liquidity right here. So if it's going to hit your stop loss, it's going to be a pretty big push to the upside if you were to take this trade here. But yeah, one thing to always keep in mind, guys, is going to be the sessions. I would just keep it on your chart at all times. I know some people don't like having messy charts. I don't like having a messy chart either, but it does make a huge difference when you're able to identify, where it's at. And let me just mark this up again, or let me just go back. So there's the V1 right there. It would have hit full TP. Yeah, that thing's dumping. It's going to hit liquidity right here too. Shoot. Let's see if it pushes below here. If it pushes below here, this is going to be a triple confluence. Doesn't look like it's going to happen though, but damn, it didn't. That would have been nice too if it closed right below here. That'd be a triple confluence. Like it didn't even have to close below the liquidity. It just needed to close like right there. So that V1 would have hit, and this would have been a nice triple confluence. If it did close below here, it didn't. So this is not an entry. So I don't recommend anyone enter this at the moment. If it hits through, if it breaks through, so this is what I'm looking for. If it pushes up again and then comes back down and hits liquidity, I'm going to try to take a speculative sell. I don't recommend anyone take it, but if it does come back, so this is kind of what I'm looking for right here. I'm looking for it to retrace a little bit like it's doing right here. If it comes back down and touches it another time, then I'm going to take it for a quick little move. I'm going to take it for like 100 pips, like super quick move. Because it's going to do a retest of liquidity, and then it's probably going to push to this next level, like down here. But yeah, altogether, risky moves here, because I think the main thing that's making it risky is the sessions. You can see where price is moving. Price hasn't really moved much past the sessions. It just gets manipulated to the top side, then it comes back up, drops below, pushes up, drops below, pushes up, drops below. Nothing really happening, right? It's literally just going sideways at this moment from this point here. And now it's hitting liquidity right here. It's just messy. It's all messy. Let's see. Charles is asking, is this technically a V3 buy? So I don't see a low here. Let me see. So no, it wouldn't be, Charles, because there's no low right there. So I'm going back to that candle that you were looking at. Yeah, there was no low at that point, so it wouldn't be a V3 buy. If there was a low there, then yeah, but there wasn't. All right, so this is pretty messy. I don't think I'm gonna bother with this. It's hitting liquidity right there. Let's see if it comes back down. Actually, okay, let me see if it comes right back down to this area, and then maybe I'll take it for like 100 pips, like just like a quick little scalp. It's 7:58 though, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Probably have to call it a day. Who knows? Russia might just say something again, and then this thing might come all the way down. Let me refresh this real quick, see if there's any other news from this morning. Okay, so they're saying that the S&P is officially in a correction, why it might be a buying opportunity. I wouldn't trust anything CNBC says, guys. If they tell you to buy, I would definitely not buy. If they tell you to sell, I definitely would not sell. Because what the thing is, when they report these news events, they're usually delayed. Like it's too late. At that point, the moves already happened. Interesting. Target now has curbside returns. Let's see, there's live updates here. Ukraine to oppose state of emergency. Russia threatens strong response to sanctions. So there's a couple of Russia things that were updated about 22 minutes ago. Kind of recent. It looks like price is now coming on its way back down. Yeah, exactly. Meaty said, Sean, I think it's going to dump for a few seconds more. Yeah. So I'm still watching it as it comes below here. Okay, so I'm seeing if it hits this area right here. So guys, I don't recommend people enter this. If I do enter a speculative sell, it's up to you guys if you guys want to take it. I'm just going to try to catch a little push if possible. If it hits that area right there. So there goes the pushes. I do have a wide stop loss though. So I'm probably gonna move stop loss and profit early, or just pull out and profit as well if it drops below. It's just a retest of the sessions, right? Or not the sessions, the liquidity. So I'll be watching it. See if there's anything here that I can make, any adjustments. See where it goes. Man, this thing freaking pushed all the way back up. Oh, the sessions. I totally forgot about the sessions too. Still in it. It's gonna, oh, fuck, it's gonna stop me out. No. Okay, it's still coming down. It got really close to my stop loss. I'm still in it. All right, I'm trying to pull out now at whatever I can pull out at. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm still in it. Luckily, my stop loss was like slightly above this area right here. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are out in profit. Let's see. I'm just gonna mute this because I don't want people to like freak out when it keeps making that clicking sound. All right, so I'm gonna keep adjusting my stop loss and profit as it continues to move along. It's all that weird clicking noise to be tripping people out. There goes price drops. It's probably gonna hit liquidity again for a third test. This market is so all over the place. Let's see. There's like really no clear direction. The thing that I'd be careful for is going to be the sessions below, because that thing's going to be where price might be bouncing from. All right, let's see. Nice. Good profits right here, guys. Look over the profit shortly. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Damn, this market is super cracked out, huh? It just keeps bouncing back and forth. There he goes. It drops lower. Okay, let me stop loss and profit. All right, so I moved my stop loss and profit, guys. But I'm gonna see if I can let it run longer. So stop losses and profit, I think I've probably guaranteed maybe a couple $1,000, which is see if we can hit another 10,000 day, 12,000 day. But all right, so I'm already risk-free at this point. I already guaranteed about 1,500 or 2,000, somewhere around there. And I'm just gonna see if it continues to drop. I'll just keep moving my stop loss lower. Market is pretty volatile though, so I'm gonna keep a little bit of some space there so I don't get caught in these random ass spikes. So it just broke through liquidity again right here. Currently still holding. That was, man, I was freaking sweating for a minute there. Let me move my stop loss a little lower. I was like, man, this thing is freaking reversing on us like all randomly. And then thankfully it didn't push up because my stop loss was like up here. I know I had a wide stop loss, but this is because I knew price was going to do some weird stuff. My entry was like somewhere around this area. So technically I entered somewhere around here. My stop loss was 500 pips around there. All right, I'm in profit about 3,500. I'm moving my stop loss a little closer. And I'm just gonna follow it now. I'm in profit about 3,000, 4,000. Oh, this thing is dumping. Come on, let's go. Come on, Biden, where you at? Someone call Biden right now, tell me to get on the mic. or Russia, post something up. Let me see, let me update this. Yeah, so I'm up about 4,000 right now. I already guaranteed like 2,500, I think. I'm just gonna let it I'm gonna let it go. Rick said, "Can we get a tactical nuke in this, sissy?" Yeah, I know, right? So I've guaranteed 2,000 profit, guys. I mean, whatever happens, if it drops, great. If it pulls up, whatever. I do have already guaranteed my profit, so I'm cool. For the moment, see if there's any updates here for anything. Let me back up a little bit. I think a good place to probably put my stop loss is like above this liquidity area, because that's probably where it's sorry guys, my dogs are going crazy. They need to go on their walk. This dude's all mad. It's like, bro, it's 8 o'clock. Where's my walk at? Yeah, immediately I see that move from early. Nice, Brock said out with something, at least live to fight another day. Definitely. Smart move there, Brock. So I'm gonna let this drop a little more. If this drops more, I'm gonna move my stop loss a little closer. Looks like the market kind of died down a bit. Volatility super low. So what I would be looking for here, guys, is for it to close below the sessions. I think that would be a huge, huge move. So if it closes below the sessions, hopefully we get like a waterfall move. I think that's going to be the main thing to look out for below the sessions. The thing is, I was looking on the higher time frame, like I think the 10 or something. So if you think about it, okay, so check this out right here. This is what I'm looking for as well. I'm looking for price to close below this low. If it closes below the low, we'll probably get a pretty big, drop even lower. This is a 10-minute chart. And then if it drops below here, it's going to hit liquidity, which is going to be right here. Check this out. Liquidity right there. I'm up 5,000. Oh, okay, let me see if I can move my stop loss a little closer. A little closer right there. Boom. Right. So I guaranteed like I think 3,000 or 4,000 off this trade. I'm in profit close to 6,000 now. It's hitting liquidity right here. Where's the next push? Right down there. So we got a nice little push right here. I'm in profit 6,000. I'm going to let it run. I have my TP set literally at this line right here. So if it does drop that low, I do have my TP right there. I'm in profit 6,000. Oh, come on. Dude, it's freezing in my office right now. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm like shivering. I should have turned on the AC, or the heater. I'm about to step out right now anyways. So, all right, it's dropping. I'm in 5,000 in profit. Let's see. Well, I'm going to dump a little. I was going to say a little more. No, I need a lot more. So let's let it dump. Okay, so this candle here closed at liquidity. Let's hope it doesn't push up. Let's hope it just keeps dumping from this point. It's basically a retest of this liquidity area right here. Let's see. All right, there we go as it drops. All right, moving stop loss closer in profit. Still in profit about 5,700. 5,000 in profit. So basically where I put my stop loss is, let me go to the 1 minute. My stop loss is currently right here. This is where my stop loss is right now. Oh man, if it closes below the sessions, dude, this thing's probably gonna dump. Okay, let's see. I got 30 seconds left on this candle. Yeah, no, exactly. Rick said, dude, just leave your stop loss and take the waterfall. No, I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, no, exactly. So I think this is as far as I'm going to move my stop loss, right above the sessions. So I left it right above the sessions and I'll just let it run. So let's just hope the sessions doesn't play any stupid games, and I want it to close at least below the sessions, and then should be good. All right. So I think what would help me let this trade run is if I just step away from the computer. So, all right, guys, I think we're gonna call it a session. My trade is still running though. If I keep watching it, I'm gonna keep wanting to. It pulled me out. All right, so I got closed out of that position with 4,370 in profit. Not bad at all. So yeah, no, great profit right there. I mean, my stop loss is right there at that pink line I was just mentioning earlier. And yeah, like Rick said, it's gonna dump now. So it was a good profit. Locked in about 4,000 off that. So not bad at all. It could have been more, but it's all good. But yeah, so I think that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. That was a fun last move at the end. I know it was an official trade, so I'm not going to count it. It was a speculative trade, but you guys see that our analysis plays out perfectly. Look where price came down to retest what's going to call it? Price came down to test the liquidity, and I already had the arrows marked up here, right? I was like, all right, price hits liquidity. It's going to push down to the next area of liquidity. Look what happened. It did exactly that. So, yeah, no, I hope, like, if you guys are still in, I think Rick's still in it. So I do hope it keeps dropping. Rick, I want you to lock in as much profit as possible. But yeah, no, great win for everybody. If you guys are still in the position, move your stop loss and profit. I think this would be a good position above these sessions. But yeah, so have a great morning, guys. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow for the next session as we